Welcome to Gold Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with Sarah Fry, a home cook from Springfield, Missouri, who finished in 17th place on MasterChef, representing the Midwest on United Tastes of America. Sarah, you cooked your dish. You'd never made it before, chicken roulade. Why did you risk that in the competition at this point? And, at what point did you begin to worry, that might have been a mistake?
Yeah, so I have made other types of roulades before. I mean, I'd
Okay.
make pork roulades, I've made other roulades. So I'm like, okay, you kind of plan in advance. Like, if I do a chicken dish, what am I going to do that's impressive, that's going to be beautiful on the plate? So, like, leading up to that, I mean, I had even called my husband the night before. I was like, I feel really good. I'm excited for this challenge. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I just feel like I'm ready to be in the top, like I'm super excited. I'm ready. I didn't realize, of course, what the challenge was going to be. I didn't know what part of the chicken I was going to get once we found out. And I certainly didn't expect to have the 10 minutes taken off. So I was pretty confident going into it. Even after we found out it was chicken, after we found out of the 10 minutes, I was like, that's okay. We're going to figure it out. Like, we're a strong team. I'm a strong cook. Like, I felt really confident. So when we found out it was chicken, I knew I was going to get a breast. I kind of knew exactly what I was going to do. I guess I didn't really take into consideration the amount of time I would spend in the pantry, for one, because that's taken out of your time too. So I start with 50 minutes. I think I probably started cooking at like 38 minutes left.
Wow.
So at that point, it's like, I feel like I'm kind of rushing. So typically, I know about chicken roulade. I hadn't made that one specifically, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to poach it and then I'm going to sear it. That's how I would do everything else. So I decide, I'm like, I don't have time to poach it and then sear it and then let it rest after I get it filled. So I'm like, I'm just going to brine it while I make the innards and then sear it off. But of course, it turned out a little bit dry because I had seared it. I think if I had had the extra time and poached it, I think I could have been on the top. So it was really like a big letdown for me because I knew I could accomplish that dish if I had my full time.
Okay. So let's talk about this time. So Jennifer had an advantage heading into this challenge because she was the
Yeah.
captain of the winning team in the previous challenge, which you guys helped her win, by the
Yeah.
way. And then she gets up there and they say, which team do you want to give a penalty to? And she says the Midwest. So how
Yeah.
mad were you at her at that point? And how much did that deficit hurt you?
So, I mean, I think it cost me everything, honestly. But I mean, also, it's like I couldn't be really upset because that's the name of the game, like you're there to win. Like, and again, I love these people. I adore Jennifer. But of course, I was like super upset because I'm like, we were teammates yesterday. And then today I'm like, but still, like, going into it, I'm like, that's okay, that's okay. And then, after my elimination, Gordon's like, you know what, like, this was a timing issue. He said something like, you could blame Jennifer for your elimination. And I'm like, one part of me is like, yes, absolutely, that's what I'm going to do. But the other part of me is like, I probably would have done the same thing, because it's like, you're there to win. Like, I mean, we have made friends, but you're there to win. Like, there's really going to be one winner.
In a weird twist, Jennifer ended up in the bottom three with you and Purvi. So
Yeah.
she didn't have a great day either. When the judges are calling out the worst dishes of the night, what are you thinking? Are you like, did you have a feeling you were going to get pulled up there? What were your thoughts going in?
Honestly, okay, so here's the thing. I had a gut feeling. So right before they called up bottom three, I'm like starting to feel like I'm nauseous. I'm like, oh my God, like I just have a bad feeling. And I'm looking around and I'm not like dissatisfied with my dish. That's like for sure. So it's like, I really have no idea, but I have like this inherent feeling. And I'm looking around and my team, I mean, the Midwest is strong. And I say my team because on one hand, we're a team. On the other hand, we're still competing to win. There's one winner. So it's like, I'm looking around and it's like, yes, I was being judged at that point out of 17 people. But really, I'm like, am I going to be the best or the worst in my group of five? Because there were five of us left at that point. And it's like, so I'm thinking like, I have to beat the rest of my team to get a place on top. So, I mean, it's like a mixed bag. Like, and this was so new. I mean, I haven't watched every season of MasterChef, but it's like, this is so different than past seasons. So you kind of go into it with a game plan. You think you're one of 20, you're competing by yourself, but then with the teams, it's just like a different strategy. And it's like very strategic. So I don't know, it's a lot to think about.
And when you got eliminated, it was emotional. I mean, you had some tears. What was it what was that feeling when you had to walk away?
I mean, it's really like a culmination of everything because you're for me, I have been a stay-at-home mom for now 6 years. And so on one hand, I'll get emotional to talk about it. On one hand, it's like I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to see my family. I've been gone for, 5 or 6 weeks. And so I'm like, okay, like this is meant to be. And then on the other hand, I'm like, I've given up my entire life for 5 or 6 weeks. Like I wish I could stay the rest of the time and push through, because it's like I wanted my family to be proud of me. I wanted my town. I wanted Springfield to be proud. And also like the Midwest. Like another thing is like I was the only female in the Midwest. I was one of five. They're all like these big Midwest men. And it's like they joke they call me the queen of the Midwest, but it's like I wanted to be there like to represent like women of the Midwest too, So it was like really heartbreaking for that to be over. And then just the experience of it all. I mean, it was one of the most remarkable experiences of my life. Like all different types of people in one place, and we're all doing the thing we love more than anything. And so I think like I really wished I could have had more time like with Gordon, with the judges, because even the time I did have there gave me so much more confidence in cooking. Because I'm a home cook, So it was like heartbreaking to leave, but also I kind of believe that like good things are coming. Like it was meant to happen for me. So I'm okay. I'm at peace.
Well, let's go back further about a more positive experience. When you earned that white apron, what was that experience like for you to walk in the MasterChef kitchen for the first time? You make cashew chicken and fried rice with gravy, which I've never heard of, but I want to try.
Yeah.
So what was it like just to be there, and also what inspired you to audition?
So, okay, so what inspired me to audition? I had kind of gotten in contact with somebody from casting, and it was kind of out of nowhere. I mean, I've been a stay-at-home mom. I cook for my friends and family. I've never worked in a restaurant. So it was kind of out of the blue for me when I got in contact with them. But also it just felt like the perfect time for me too. My son's starting kindergarten. He's been a lot more busy. So it's like, I feel like I was doing less and less as like the stay-at-home mom. And so for me, I was kind of lost in like my own life. And I had been in sales and marketing before. I have a psychology degree. I wasn't sure what I was going to do really, so I was kind of like at a lost place in my life. And so I think for me, it came at the perfect time to make me feel like I had something that was my own. And my husband's kind of reiterated that. He's like, I feel like you're, like you're vibing right now. Like you're doing, like you seem really happy. And I am like, I feel like I'm kind of living my dream life. And so now I feel like I kind of have like this direction, So getting the apron, I just feel like it gave me a lot of confidence. Like, okay, I'm not just some 30-year-old mom in Springfield, Missouri, it's like I could be more. Like it just gives you confidence to like really push yourself. Because especially in this age of like social media, you kind of get lost in the sauce. It's like everybody's trying to do kind of the same things, it feels like. So it's hard to stand out. So when I got the apron, I really felt like you feel special, and it feels like, okay, like all of the effort I've put into like cooking and like nourishing my family has paid off in reasons beyond me, like beyond my family.
So what's next for you then? Now, did you find clarity in what you want to do moving forward? And where can people find you or where you're cooking? The platform is yours.
Yeah. So I've been making content. Since I got back, I have been like super busy. My son's about to start kindergarten. I've had a lot of stuff going on with the MasterChef thing. So I've had a lot of interviews, especially locally. I just had a couple conferences I hosted at my college that I graduated from here in the FACS department. I've had a couple of offers for news things, like a weekly segment. I've been doing a lot of content. I am Mrs. Sarah Fry on everything, MRSSARAHFRY. So I've been doing a lot of content. I haven't gone viral yet, so I'm just kind of waiting for that, honestly. But I think I would really like to teach people. I mean, I really like to work with people. I like speaking with people about cooking, and I have a lot of hobbies. Like I've watched one season of MasterChef before. I'm more of a reader, but it's like I kind of like dabble in a lot of things, but now I feel like this is kind of my calling, and I feel really like passionate about that. So I don't know. I would love to do something local, like in my community. I love like fundraising. I love working with kids. So I'm kind of open to whatever. But I think the main thing for me is like I got a lot of confidence to kind of push forward and just do really anything I want.
I love that. And one quick final question. One dish you had up your sleeve that you just knew you could nail if the opportunity was with you that you didn't get the chance to show the judges.
Denton, I am a baker. And I can bake my ass off. So I was hoping, for anything like that, like pies, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, anything like that, because I can bake. And a lot of people, like you come into MasterChef, a lot of people can't bake. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to kick ass in the baking.
And the next challenge is cake.
I was so upset. That was what I was most upset about. I was like, man, I just wish I could have gotten through that challenge, because the first 2 episodes, I had extreme pink eye. So I'm kind of missing in the first 2 episodes, but I'm like, this is my time to shine. Like I'm going to shine here, and then I got eliminated. So yeah, baking for sure. A big old banana cake.
Well, I wish we could have seen that, but congratulations on making the top 20 of MasterChef. That's no easy feat. We wish you the best of luck with everything moving forward with your future. And thanks for chatting with Gold Derby today.
Thank you so much, Denton. It was great to meet you.